Hi everyone. Today I have something very special for you, but I need you to listen very carefully to what I'm about to say. So do whatever you need to do right now to make sure you've got at least 10 uninterrupted minutes to see everything on this page. If you give me those 10 minutes, in return, I'll give you a betting opportunity so real you'd either have to be super rich or foolish to refuse it. Before I continue, I know what some of you might be thinking, and the answer is no. I want to make this crystal clear before we begin and tell you that there's no magic formula. People constantly say to me, "Tell me how to pick a winner on Saturday." And I always tell them it's not as simple as that. If you're looking for a magical set of criteria that will solve all of your problems, you won't win. Think about that for a second. How can you expect to profit long-term from applying rigid system rules to an ever-changing sport where the main competitors are animals and underfoot conditions change daily? You can't. It's never worked in the past, it won't work now, and it will never work in the future. But I'm happy to let you know that there's a new way to move safely forward and away from all of the above. My name's Max, by the way. I don't want to go into detail about my personal life. I don't think it's necessary, but there are a few things you need to know about me. I've proven for years that I can deliver first word on mid to high priced winners. Last year alone, starting with a bank of £500, backing horses to win and place level stakes, we closed the year out with a profit of £33,500, or to be exact, £33,597.60. So how did I do it? As you can imagine, there isn't really a formal education for gamblers, and there's no actual blueprint for this business. It requires constant adjustment, so those who succeed have to think on their feet. It's taken me over 14 years to refine my craft and to get to this point in my career, and I'm still as passionate about horse racing as I was the day I picked my first winner all those years ago. I think I speak for myself and for a very small percentage of professional punters when I say betting is not simply about winning enough to accumulate a steady supply of luxury items. For me, it's an invigorating game of mathematical conundrum and strategic operation, a game with infinite possibility that sees me improve a little more each day. It's what gets me out of bed every single morning. Don't get me wrong, I wasn't always this successful, and if you'd asked me 10 years ago if I'd ever be betting professionally, I probably would have said no. But like any craft, I stuck with it, learning from my failures as well as my success, and building relationships with the right people. Please don't take that last phrase out of context. It's not how you imagine it to be, where an anonymous call comes in telling me XX horse is going to win the race. Believe me, I wish it was that simple. It's more about being able to decipher the difference between a message or opinion that reflects hope, as opposed to confidence, or finding that profitable gap between assumption and fact, and acting accordingly. Over the years, I've developed a knack for both, and I'm pretty good with numbers, which has always served me well in this line of work. My approach to betting is what some would say is against the grain. Most punters will increase stakes when winning, whereas I tend to protect profit and throttle back playing it safe. That means I comfortably jog along, not getting into too much trouble, but not roaring around town in a Ferrari either. But I can live with that. Experience has taught me that betting doesn't allow a margin for error, but consistency will always make up for deficiencies, and it's one of my many rules in betting that's kept me going. That being said, I'm confident that I have one of the greatest long-term selection services to date. And with your permission, I'm going to take you by the hand into a whole new world where you get a priceless heads up whenever the next big winners are ready to rock the ground beneath your feet. So how does this work? I decided a long time ago to make it my life's mission to take as much as I can from the bookmakers. Spend literally every single day identifying undervalued horses by way of analysis, scrutiny and evaluation. My findings are then decoded as a precise and easy to follow guide, which I send to you only on days where our probability of success is high. You can expect to regularly win on horses, with odds of up to 7 to 1 upwards, meaning you can start with extremely low stakes and make massive profits all year round. Once you've had a taste of what's on offer, you'll simply be blown away with what you can discover. All you've got to do is give me 60 days to prove it to you. If at any point during that time you want out, I simply hand you back your entry fee and we can part ways with no fuss or hassle. Anyway, I'll leave you some time to make your own decision, but don't take too long. Unfortunately for you, I have to impose a strict number of new guests into this private circle, but not for the reasons you might be thinking. It's not to protect the fragile betting prices or to maximise sales. It's simply because of the strategies I use. Each time I give away a tip, I'm potentially releasing a tiny piece of my strategy into the public domain. It's better for us if we stay one step ahead by not allowing certain people or entities to see what or where we've had success until the trail goes cold. So the first two acts will get in, and when it's full, I close the door. There's nothing to lose, but the gains that could be ahead of you right now, well, I'll come right out and say it. I think they could change your financial life forever. Thanks for listening.